Hey guys, so for today's vlog I have decided to study the theories behind the free love movement. So similar to the hippie movement beginning in the 1960s, the free love movement focuses on accepting all forms of love. So this includes same-sex love, adultery, open relationships and marriages, and all forms of abortion. So the people that the people that are focusing on enhancing this movement tend to lead a very sex-positive lifestyle. People see this form of freedom, a right to personal expression and action. So for this study, I decided to interview a few different people from differing backgrounds, different ages, and both boy and girl, so I could get an idea of how people feel towards this movement and how they feel that this movement can be enhanced and grow larger, and the theories used behind this movement. Or the first question that I asked was if they knew anybody that has had an abortion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of people getting abortions just because they didn't want the baby. I would say consider adoption, but not aborting it.
So the next question I was going to ask was if they knew anyone that has committed adultery and if they had seen them differently because of that, or if they treated them any differently, or if they were open about committing adultery, if they treated them differently or saw them any differently because they're open or because they're more private, and those types of things.
Probably. I would still love them the same, given whatever choice they made. It's not the greatest choice, obviously, but...
Yes. I don't think so. I don't think they should be treated at the end like we all have our agency. It's our own choice, and we don't know the circumstances, and we're no one to judge that personal decision.
Yes. Look at them differently, don't treat them differently.
So the last question I asked to kind of get an idea of how they felt about certain things is if they knew any same-sex couples. And after asking that question, I asked if they felt any differently around them, or if they treated them any differently, or saw them any differently because of that.
Actually, I have a relative who is one, and I do know of another person. Yes, same-sex couple. I'm trying to help them be an example. I think it is a disgusting lifestyle. I do not support it. But they are my family, they're my friends, and I'm trying to support them.
I do. I don't feel any differently. I think I see them and then they're happy, and so that makes me happy, and I would have the same feelings if it was, heterosexual couple.
I know people who are gay, but I haven't heard any of them actually having a couple partner, I guess. Subconsciously, there might be a slight difference in how I might treat them, but in general, I try to treat people just as they are, as people, same as you and I.
So in light of focusing on different theories behind this movement, I focused on 3 separate theories. The 3 specifically that I focused on was the deprivation theory, the structural strain theory, and the resource mobilization. So I decided to ask my interviewers if they felt that these people were being deprived of any rights.
Well, honestly, yeah. I mean, we live in a free country, and I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want. And you should be able to marry who you want.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, if the government was going against what they're trying to fight for, then of course they're being deprived of their rights.
I would say that's why a lot of people join movements, in general, not even specifically this one, but any movement, people join them because they do think that they are being deprived, yeah.
Yeah, I think they are. They're being deprived of the right to be helped mentally. That is the one thing I will say, because this is a problem mentally, and they need to be helped. We just have institutions, and while I'm not advocating for insane asylums because they were insane, they're crazy, they did horrible things in there. They need to stop normalizing these mental problems. It's insane, and they need the help. They need the psychiatric help to help them figure out what's wrong with them. the Bible describes homosexuals being confused. And I would say that all of it is really confused because the natural way of life is to produce life. That is marriage between a man and a woman. Anything else other than that, you're being confused, going against your nature, and it's a mental problem. You need help. You need psychiatric help.
I think throughout history we've seen a lot of oppression and wars, and a lot of people just want peace and love. And I think when they see that certain things are not allowed or are not viewed as the common or the normal, people get upset and they want to speak up for this people, which is normal. But at the same time, like I said, there are some situations that could affect a lot of people around them, either in good ways or bad ways.
I would say yes, because there's a reason why they want to make this movement. I guess they feel like they don't have some certain rights, so they're trying to make their own movement.
So a big part of this movement that I discovered was that it changes a lot of the way history has created a traditional structure. This meaning that the traditional structure is typically focusing on a mother and a father and children and the certain tasks that mothers and fathers specifically have for that gender and how those types of things work. So the question that I asked next was if they felt that this movement put a strain on this traditional structure. So here's what they said.
I'd say it does, just because the traditional structure and the basic unit of society is the family, and you really can't have a family at its strongest if you have two men or two women as the parents of the family. Reproduction can't happen when it's like that. And then also when people are having sex outside of marriage, you're going to be having abortion come up as an issue because people are going to get pregnant when they have sex, no matter what. And when it's outside the family, that becomes a much bigger issue because people are going to want to opt for a yes in a way to try and avoid the consequences of the choices they made.
I mean, it depends what your traditional structure is. That's different for everybody. It's different than my traditional structure, but it's the way that they choose to live is going to be their traditional structure because that's how they feel. So
I think so, because I think deviating from tradition makes people uncomfortable.
So the next few questions I asked them focused on resource mobilization, meaning that this movement used different types of resources to spread their movement and enhance it. So the first question that I asked was, how do you think that this movement is gaining popularity?
I think with a lot of things, how a lot of things become popular is not saying that it's going to be like a fad, like something that will come in and out, but you see it's acceptable or people accepting it, so you want to try it and then you like it, and it's just one of those, it doesn't help, it helps the movement in there being social media and people can see what other people do and they see people being accepted, and so just everything is connected these days.
Yeah.
Definitely social media and news.
It's gaining popularity through a word of mouth being spread. You know what? Actually, I can't 100% agree with that. I mean, it's gaining popularity, but also it's being pushed in the media that people see. You see, there's subtle things, almost every song that comes out of the latest pop idol is all about sleeping with 10,000 guys, whatever. I'm talking about Ariana Grande, of course, and they're all about very liberating of one's sexuality, and they target women for some reason. I guess actually they don't even target men anymore. They do that. What else? you'll see like on the like if you use Instagram, you'll see like suggested things. It's always suggesting things like that. I would say that the world is definitely pushing for that, and that's because it is it's an appetite that everybody has, and people just want to feed their appetite. They don't care. And I would even attribute that to public schooling and stuff.
The next question that I asked my interviewers is what resources they felt would enhance this movement best. So a lot of my interviewers said that social media would be the best way to enhance this movement. However, some of my So a lot of my interviewers said that social media would be the best way to enhance this movement. However, some of the interviewers said that there were other ways to enhance this movement other than social media. So here's what some of them said.
Yeah, social media, just like different laws, right, being promoted, and even like different politicians promoting this.
Social media and freedom of speech, all that jazz.
I wonder if like non-profit organizations like help assist in this.
Apps, phone apps, YouTube videos, Instagram, Twitter. Interesting that it's not necessarily the movement is being pushed, it's ideas that support the movement, I think. And I see those things being pushed in the media and stuff, in films and stuff.
There's a lot more connection with people all over the world. People can reach societies and different areas of the world so much easier than it's ever been in the past. Issues that before were just a kind of local issue are turned into national disasters because someone is not being treated the way people think they should be treated because they're the same small little minority, even though they're halfway across the world.
Overall, I think that this movement uses a good amount of theories to enhance it and to grow it larger. I do feel that this movement will become very large in the future, and it is currently growing rapidly. I think the most used movement is the resource mobilization, because social media and the media in general is growing so much and is being utilized through so many different platforms that I feel that this movement will just grow tremendously because of trends and because of different things that have been used and because of different people that have voices and power to speak up about different things and their feelings about different things. In today's world, people are so educated through the media, more so than from books and from newspaper, but more so from television and from newscasts and articles that they see online and social media posts and celebrities. And I definitely think that this is going to be the overall way that most movements will grow and that this movement specifically will grow.